Hello learners, I'm Dr. Prachi Nadda and today we'll be discussing about the University Education Commission. The University Education Commission was formed in December 1948 and the Commission submitted its report in August 1949. It is also popularly known as Dr. S. Radhakrishnan Commission. Now let's have a look about the Commission report in detail. First of all, let's discuss what was the need for the University Education Commission in India. As we all know that this commission was established in the year 1948 and India got its independence in the year 1947. Hence, there was the idea of New India. What this New India would really be like was what the commission was supposed to throw its light on. So the idea of New India, according to the Education Commission, was the impact of political change. After 200 years of colonial rule, India had got independence. It had now become a democratic republic country. Hence, there was an overall change in the political structure of the country. This political change needed leaders to run the democracy. Hence, we required high quality education in India. Apart from that, universities as the organs of civilization. India has had a rich cultural heritage where we've got lots of thinkers, artists, musicians, philosophers. Now all are those people who can hold the civilization together. As India just got independence, we needed all these people and further we needed to nurture more people so that New India would hold a better image in front of the world. Intellectual adventure. As we all know, that higher education is a medium for exploring new knowledge as well. The universities would provide a platform for the younger generation, for the new blood of India, to dive into intellectual adventure and create more discoveries and scientific inventions for India. An integrated way of life. Education is a form which provides us a way of living as well. Quality higher education is where we can have holistic development and impart quality way of learning to our learners as well. Wisdom and knowledge and developing and imbibing the preamble of our constitution was also one of the aim of the University Education Commission, which focuses on social equality, fraternity, justice. Now, what was the context on which this Education Commission was formed? After independence, the first significant step taken by the Government of India in the field of education was the appointment of the University Education Commission in the year 1948. Dr. Sarvepalli Radhakrishnan, a distinguished scholar and former Vice-Chancellor of Banaras Hindu University, and who eventually became the second President of India, was made its chairperson. Professor Radhakrishnan was also a professor of Eastern Religions and Ethics at the University of Oxford. The commission, as I said earlier, was appointed in November 1948 and it submitted its report in August 1949. Now, what was the aim of this commission? The commission has defined aims and objectives of the university education for the first time in independent India. And those were to study the problems of university education in India and to suggest improvements for the development of university education, and reconstruction of universities was essential for the socio-economic development after independence. Now, as this humongous task was assigned to this commission, what was the methodology adopted by the commission members? So in order to prepare a report and submit to the ministry, the commission adopted the following methodology. It prepared a questionnaire and sent it to the people across the length and breadth of the country. About 600 questionnaires were returned with suggestions. The commission people as well visited various universities and interviewed a number of teachers, students and staff and studied their problems related to university education. Apart from that, after having a tour across the country, the commission had certain observations on the university education. And they said, our education should encourage the development in its member, fearlessness of mind, strength of conscience and integrity of purpose. Further, if we claim to be civilized, we must develop thought for the poor and the suffering, chivalrous regard and respect for women, faith in human brotherhood regardless of race or color, nation or religion, love of peace and freedom, abhorrence of cruelty, and ceaseless devotion to the claim of justice. The Commission had the following terms of reference on which it made the following recommendations. The aims and objectives of university education and research in India, the changes considered necessary and desirable in the constitution, control, functions and jurisdiction of the universities in India, the finances of the universities, the maintenance of the highest standards of teaching and examination in the universities and colleges under their control, the courses of study in the universities, the standards of admission to the university courses of study, the medium of instruction which is to be followed in the universities, the provision for advanced study in Indian culture, history, literature, language, philosophy and fine arts, the need for more universities on a regional or other basis, the organization of advanced research in all branches of knowledge in the universities and institutions of higher research, religious instruction in the universities, the special problem of all the universities in India, the qualification, conditions of service, salaries, privileges and functions of teachers, and the encouragement for original research by teachers, and lastly, the discipline of students, hostel, and the organization of tutorial work and any other student-related matters. Hence, the Commission worked on all these reference points and made their recommendations. So the major thrust areas or recommendations made by the Commission was majorly on 9 areas, or we can say 9 major thrust areas, which included defining the aims and objectives of higher education, throwing light on women education, finance, teachers, professional development and training of teachers, research, courses of study, methods of teaching, and the medium of instruction which is to be followed at the university level. So now we will have a look at all these major 9 thrust areas individually. So major recommendation made by the Commission in terms of aim of the university education were, as I've already said, it was for the first time that university education defined the aims of education which should be at the higher education level. And what were they? To provide leadership in politics, administration, industry and commerce, to enable the country to attain in as much a short time possible freedom from want, disease and ignorance, to make the universities serve as the homes of intellectual adventure and as the organs of civilization, to provide a coherent picture in the universe and an integrated way of life, to develop a love for higher values of life such as thought for the poor and the suffering, regard and respect for women and so on, to help the students make critical study of our past and to appreciate our cultural unity. Further, to promote patriotism as well as international understanding among the pupils. As I said, that India had just got independence, hence the feeling of patriotism and the sacrifice made by our martyrs should be the prime concern of its citizens. Hence, the university education focused to promote patriotism among its citizens as well as international understanding, which was the need of the hour. The major recommendations made by the Commission in respect to teacher are as follows. The University Education Commission emphasized that the teacher plays a very vital role in the education system and it is one of the most important pillars in providing quality higher education as well. The Commission said an adequate faculty with required qualification are necessary to discharge many types of duties in a university or in a college, which may include teaching, research and administration. The University Education Commission recommended that proper care should be taken in the selection procedure of a teacher for the appointment as a professor, reader, lecturer and an instructor as well as for his or her salaries. Each university should have some research fellows. Besides thesis, definite rules regarding the provident fund, leave and hours of work should be followed by a university and study leave must be provided. The study leave would be for higher studies, so that they can provide higher level of reflective thinking and improve the quality of teaching and learning. The major recommendation made by the Commission on teaching standards are as follows. The standards of admission to the university courses should correspond to that of the present intermediate examination, that is, after the completion of 12 years of study at a school and an intermediate college. In order to divert students to different vocations after 10 to 12 years of schooling, a large number of occupational institutions need to be opened right across the length and breadth of the country. Refresher courses be organized by the universities for high school and intermediate college teachers. The number of working days be substantially increased to ensure a minimum of 180 days in a year, exclusive of examination days, with 3 terms each of about 11 weeks duration. There should be no prescribed textbook for any courses of study in university education. As university education is the highest level of education, over here we need to have more reflective and critical thinking. Therefore, refining or prescribing a single textbook can limit the imagination and thought process of a student. Hence, the Commission way back in 1948 recommended that there should be no particular prescribed textbook at the higher education level. Tutorial instruction be developed in all institutions imparting university education in student-centric manner. University library should be greatly improved in qualitative manner. That means more of quality books written by Indian authors, authors abroad should be made a part of the library so that the habit of reading develops amongst the learners. And the laboratories be improved in building, fitting, equipment, workshop and with technicians. If we want to have a proper scientific base in the country, we need to have good labs, we need to have good fittings, equipment over there. Hence, the Commission recommended that at the higher education level, all the labs should be properly equipped and funded with human resource and infrastructure. Major recommendations made by the Commission in regard to research and training are as follows. Research and training is one of the most important part of higher education or university level. It's the university level where quality research work can be carried out and training be imparted to further teachers or persons who want to follow any vocation in their life or any field of work in their life. Hence, we need to improve the quality of research and training. Therefore, the Commission recommended the regulations for Master of Arts and Master of Science should be uniform in all universities of India. The admission procedure as well as the process of enrolling in PhD degree should be arranged on an all India basis. DLIT and DSc degree should be awarded on published work of outstanding quality. This will help in refraining from people doing these degrees just for the sake of doing them, and this would help in maintaining the quality of research. A large number of scholarships should be provided for the research work to the university by the Ministry of Education. That means Ministry of Education should fund research which is being carried out in the universities. And lastly, fundamental research should be the primary step for a university. Major recommendations given by the Commission in terms of examination are: teacher must evaluate students continuously in the classrooms. So we can say that they said that we need to follow a formative form of assessment, not a summative one, where a student is evaluated continuously, comprehensively in the classroom. Objective type questions should be included in examination system apart from long answer type questions. Internal assessment should be introduced as the teachers are continuously assessing the students in the classroom. Hence, internal assessment becomes an integral part of examination system. Further, oral examination must be placed. So, they provided a place for viva voice where a one-to-one interaction can happen between the examiner and the examinee and the voices can be heard. Major recommendations made by the Commission was also on professional education. The professional education is divided into 5 major professional education, and they are commercial, agriculture, legal, medical, engineering and technology. First is agriculture education. Now, as we know that this commission was set up in the year 1948. India had just got independence from almost 200 years of British rule. India was at that time primarily an agricultural economy, with more than 90% of its population depending on agriculture as the main source of income. Hence, the Commission highlighted the importance of agriculture education at university level so that the people at university level can work for the improvement of agriculture at the grassroots level as well. So the Commission emphasized that agriculture education should be recognized as an important national issue and the study of the subject of agriculture should be introduced in all stages of education, that is, right from primary, secondary to higher level. The existing agricultural colleges and institutions should be improved and research centers should be established. Lastly, the Commission emphasized the vital need for establishing rural universities surrounded by rural colleges to meet the needs of rural reconstruction in agriculture and industry. As I said, India being an agricultural economy, the Commission rightly emphasized the importance of agriculture education to help improve the income of the people as well as developing a sense of more responsibility. Commercial education. The Commission recommended that commercial education should be made more practical and the graduates should be encouraged to specialize in a particular branch. In respect to education, the Commission said the faculty of training colleges should be recruited for giving training to the people who have first-hand experience of school teaching. In assessing students' performance, more stress should be given to practicals only. That means school internships should be given more emphasis. Engineering and technology. The Radhakrishnan Commission recommended the inclusion of the general education and basic physical engineering science in the engineering courses. The Commission also suggested that the number of engineering schools and colleges should be increased. The existing engineering colleges should be upgraded for postgraduate training and research in selected subjects and they should be closely associated with the universities. As I said, that India just got independent. Hence, in order to improve the infrastructure of the country, we needed more engineering colleges and the Commission recommended the emphasis on opening of these colleges, which led to emphasis on engineering also in the field of education. Then we have legal education. The Commission suggested that the law colleges should be thoroughly reorganized and students pursuing degree courses in the law should not be permitted to carry on other degree courses simultaneously. According high priority to the legal education system in India, the Commission said that any student who is pursuing law degree cannot do any other degree simultaneously so that his entire focus is properly only on the legal education. Lastly, the medical education. The Commission recommended that the maximum number of admissions should be 100 and that all the departments of study which require hospital facilities should be located in a single campus. There should be 10 beds for each student and postgraduate training should be offered in certain well-staffed colleges. At the time of independence, the health condition of India was also not that good. The health infrastructure really needed a great overhaul. So the Commission threw some light on it as well and focused on improving the medical facilities in India. Moving from the professional education, we move on to the recommendations made in context of women education. As we know, at that time, the literacy rate among women was very low. Many women were not a part of the regular schooling system in India at that time. So the focus of the Commission was to bring more women into the world of higher education so that they can think over there, reflect and learn more and shred out its learning to the society. So the Commission said that same facilities be provided to women colleges and universities as provided to men's colleges and universities, and the curriculum should also be prepared for them, considering them as both women and citizens. Hence, the Commission laid an emphasis on women education by providing them an opportunity to be a part of higher education by focusing on developing curricula for them, for making them or treating them both as women first of all and as citizens of India. Next, the Commission made its recommendations on medium of instruction. University or higher education should be imparted through the regional languages with the option to use the federal language as the medium of instruction either for some subjects or for all the subjects. So the Commission said that at the higher education level, the medium of instruction should be the regional language. As we all know that we have 22 scheduled languages in India, the Commission said that at the university level, wherever the university is located across the country, the medium of instruction should be the regional language, so that more and more students can come into higher education and language does not become a barrier for them. Further, the federal language should also be used as a medium of instruction for some or all subjects. The federal language over here means the Hindi language. All provincial governments should take steps to introduce the teaching of the federal language in all classes of higher secondary schools, in degree colleges and in the universities. As Hindi is not the mother language of all the people in India, hence efforts should be made at the higher education level and at the school education level to introduce Hindi to the students so that they have an understanding of the federal language. Further, English should be studied in the high school and in the universities for keeping the students in touch with the living stream of ever-growing knowledge. As we know that before India got independence, the medium of instruction in the schools and universities was English, because English was the language of the Britishers. But after partition and when India got independence, the medium of instruction to be followed in the universities became the regional language as recommended by the Commission. But the Commission also focused on using of English language. Why? Because the language of the world, or the language which could connect India with the rest of the world, was English. So that India does not remain behind and stays in touch with the latest developments that are happening around the world, English could be the connecting language. So in context of medium of instruction, the Commission laid emphasis on use of regional language, the federal language, as well as the English language. Major recommendations made by the Commission for administration and finance of university are: the university education should be placed on the concurrent list. Why on the concurrent list? So that the state and the central government have an equal say and the central government can actively invest in the higher education. The central government must have the responsibility towards universities in all manner. There should be no university of the purely affiliating type. The governing bodies of the college should be properly constituted so that the quality of recruitment and training can be contained. The governing bodies of the college should be properly constituted so that the quality of teachers and quality of teaching can be maintained. The aim of an affiliated college should be to develop into a unitary university and later into a federative one. A University Grants Commission should be set up for allocating grants to the universities. Hence, after the recommendation of the University Education Commission, the University Grants Commission, popularly known as the UGC, was set up by the Government of India, which is there for allocating grants for the universities for carrying out research and training. The state should also take the responsibility for the financing of higher education. So these were the major recommendations made by the Commission. Now, when we take a recapitulation of what we studied today, we talk about why was the need of forming this Commission. And the main answer that comes to our mind is the image of a new India. What is the image of new India? An India that has emerged after independence. An India which needs to be stronger in terms of intellectual growth, in terms of scientific advancement, in terms of having the holistic development and having values. How could all this be attained? Through high quality of higher education. So the new India is the India of today where students invest in high quality of higher education. The Commission for the very first time defined the aims of university education, which was our education should encourage the development in its member, fearlessness of mind, strength of conscience and integrity of purpose. Further, we talked about how university education helps in building leadership qualities among students, helps them develop administrative skills, makes way to industry and commerce. All this happens through quality higher education. The Commission also focused on establishment of rural universities by focusing on agricultural education. It highlighted how India, being an agrarian economy, we need to have rural universities so that directly there can be a connection between research and the ground level, so that what is required at the ground level, the research is carried out and the quality of farming can be improved. It also focused on providing equality of opportunity for women education. As I said, that India had just got independence and the status of women in India was not that equal to men. Hence, the Commission said that women should be treated as equal to men and a proper curriculum should be made keeping women also in mind. The University Education Commission said that the university education should be a part of the concurrent list where both the state and the central government can form laws on it and can make curriculum according to their regional requirements. Further, English education is crucial for international level participation. As we said, the Commission laid emphasis that English would be the connecting language between India and rest of the world. Hence, after independence, we cannot leave English and it needs to be an important part of our medium of instruction. Lastly, research is highly important in university education. Being at the apex of the highest level of learning, we need to have quality research. Teaching in itself is not suffice. Quality of research is required. For this, the Commission recommended that every university should have certain research fellows. Further, the Ministry of Education should give grants to the universities to carry out quality research at their level so that the country as such can benefit from it. Hence, at the end we can say that the University Education Commission was the first commission which was set up in India after independence. This commission has had its very far-reaching impacts and even till today, a lot of its recommendations are being followed at the higher education level. When we talk about women education, when we talk about number of working days, when we talk about quality of research, all of these aspects are even talked about today. So we can say that at that time in 1948, our forefathers were really far-sighted, which helped in making the higher education at university level a real quality one, so that we at this stage today have learned from them, have learned and come far ahead and are trying to be those flag bearers so that we can carry out their work ahead. So the Commission's report submitted in 1949 for the university education was one of its kind in India and a pioneer stone in improving the quality of higher education in India. With this, we come to the end of this chapter. Hope you've understood it. Thank you.